Yo, 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 peace. It's Solidus-T, the ice god, checking in with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Sports edition. We're going to talk about my favorite team right now, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Being a Minnesota native, being a Minnesota guy. So, trade deadline's coming up. And I want to talk about the rumors that they're going to trade D'Angelo Russell. And I touched on this before previously in the last Timberwolves video. But here I am again. So the talks are they want to trade D'Lo. They're saying that the Miami Heat are interested in doing a trade for Kyle Lowry straight up for D'Angelo Russell. That's a bad trade because Kyle Lowry is a good player, but not as good as he used to be when he played for Toronto. And Kyle Lowry's 37 years old. So he's like a near retired player. 37 years old, playing pro ball, you're pushing it. Everybody can't be LeBron and play forever. And Kyle Lowry definitely ain't going to be like LeBron and play forever. So it's like he's nearly retired. So I think that trade is a bad trade because you're trading a young player for an older, near retired player. Excuse me. You're trading a young player for a nearly older retired player. That's a bad trade. So I don't like that trade. But as far as like the style of play, would Lowry be a better fit? Possibly, but due to his age, and he might not even stay in Minnesota long term because he has one more year left on his deal. And who knows what can happen? He might not even want to be in Minnesota. He might ask for a trade. He might, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if he was younger, I wouldn't do it, but I could understand it. You know how you can not really like something, but you understand? I'll look at it like that. But I think that's a bad trade as it currently stands. I think D'Lo for Kyle Lowry is a terrible trade. I wouldn't do that trade. So that's a bad trade to me. So I wouldn't do that. So I don't agree with that. And I don't think they're going to do that because I already saw a report where Minnesota is not interested in doing that trade. So that's probably not going to happen. Then the other trade scenario that just recently came up, like literally a day or two ago, they're talking about trade D'Lo for Mike Conley. I feel the same about that. I feel like Mike Conley is a very, very good player, all-star caliber. He's really good. Like when he played for the Grizzlies, he was a very, very, very good player. I like Mike Conley, but I think he's 35. He's closer to retirement. So I don't think it would be smart to trade a young player for a guy that's closing in on retirement. Because one thing about basketball, once you get like 33, that's when retirement starts walking up to your door and getting ready to knock on your door. If y'all get what I'm saying. Like you're getting up there. It's almost a wrap. 33. So especially for just regular players, you got exceptions. Like I mentioned, like LeBron. LeBron is an exception. Everybody is not LeBron, of course. But most players, that's how it works. When you get like 33, that's when you can see like everything's kind of slowing down. Not as good as I used to be. Might have to retire in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Conley's there. He'll be 36 next year, then 37, then he might retire. You know what I mean? And it would make sense because of his age. So that's a bad trade. And D'Lo is still young. D'Lo is only 26, so he's going to be around for the next 7 to 8, 9 years. D'Lo got time. So I don't think that's just smart to do. And I'm not going to disrespect the fans because the fans are very, very important. But the internet fans for the Wolves, they want D'Lo out of Minnesota. And I feel like that's misguided because D'Lo actually is a good fit in Minnesota. He could be better on defense. I'll give y'all that. Like, I agree with that. Like, yeah, his defense could be a little bit better, even though he does give effort more than he has his whole career in Minnesota. But I agree, his defense could be better, and I could see getting irritated by that. But I think other than that, D'Lo's a good fit in Minnesota. He passes well. Most of the time he makes good passes. And then what I like about D'Lo is when Anthony Edwards is getting double teamed or when his shot is not really falling, D'Lo can step in and knock down shots. Like that game versus Utah that just passed on MLK Day. Minnesota should have won that game. I think they would have won. You know what should have happened? The coaching in that game to me was bad. They should have rolled because D'Lo had a hot hand in the first half. Then in the second half, it looked like, okay, we're going to take the ball out of your hands and take you and stop you from shooting the ball. We're going to let everybody else do everything. They shouldn't have did that. They should have rolled D'Lo's hot hand, and if it didn't work, then I understand switching the strategy up. But to take that away when D'Lo showed no signs of slowing down in that game, they shouldn't have did that. And I think D'Lo probably could have scored like 30 and they probably could have beat Utah, because when they beat Utah back in December, that was the story of the game. Anthony Edwards played good, but he didn't really take over and dominate in that game. It was D'Lo that dominated. Remember, he hit them 6 threes and they beat Utah down in Utah. Rudy Gobert's first game back in Utah. That could have happened again had they told D'Lo, your shot's hot. You're hot right now. Your shot's falling. Shoot. You dig? And then, based on the way D'Lo was playing in the first half, he probably would have caught fire. He probably would have kept catching fire and would have been scoring more, but they took that away. So I think that was bad coaching, but I think D'Lo's a good fit here. The only knock on him I would give y'all is, yeah, his defense could be better. I understand that, but I think other than that, D'Lo is a good fit here in my personal opinion, because you don't really have another guy that can like score off the dribble and just shoot. Jaden McDaniels can shoot, but he's mostly like spot up shooter, and he's more of a defensive player. He does that. Who else I can think of? But Cat's injured. Taurean Prince is a good player. He can shoot, but player that can just create his own shot and score. The only other player you can do that besides Ant is D'Lo. In the Western Conference, I don't think you should give that up. And then, honestly, another reason why I believe the trade's not going to happen, and why I also think it's a bad idea to trade him, the market for point guards is not even good right now. So because they're saying they want another point guard to come in and run the play. The market right now for point guards is not even good. So if you do trade D'Lo, you're probably going to get back a player that's not really going to help your team, and you're probably going to be stuck with that, and that's probably going to frustrate the fan base even more. So the market's not good right now. So I feel like they should just hold on to D'Lo, try to work something out, an extension. Why not? He's already here. And just keep it moving, like, you know, because the team is not even that bad with D'Lo on the court. They're right in the playoff hunt. They're right there. So it's not like they're a lottery team or they got the same record as the Houston Rockets. Then I would totally understand. But they're much better than that. So it's like everything is cool in Minnesota. You just got to get above 500 and just maintain that. They're close to doing it, but they keep having setbacks. But they're actually not that bad with D'Lo. So I don't know about all that trade D'Lo stuff. You know, because I know the internet fans, they want D'Lo out of here, but I disagree with that. I think keeping D'Lo would be smart, in my opinion, because he's a good help here. The only, like I said, the only knock on him I would give y'all is, yeah, his defense could be better. I agree with that. He could be better defensively. So I could see y'all tripping off that. I'm not mad at y'all for that, but just totally saying he's no good here, get him out of here. I don't know about all that. I like D'Angelo Russell. I would keep him. If I was the GM, I would come to him with an extension today. Like, we want you here. You know, now if he don't sign the extension and force my hand to trade him, that's a different story. But I don't think he would do that, to be honest. So I think he would resign. I think if they offered him a deal, he would do it. Me personally. I can't say for sure, but I believe that if they came to D'Lo and say, hey, we want you here, we want to extend you 2 more years, you know what I mean? Here's a contract. I believe he would sign it. So, but you know, like I said, if he don't, that's a different story. But yeah, I think it'd be in their best interest to keep him. Trading him, I don't see that going on. I don't really see Minnesota benefiting from trading D'Lo. Because like I said, the market for quality point guards is not really good right now. No team is going to give you a quality point guard for D'Lo. So I don't think it's a good idea. And I think they know that. So I say keep him. Hopefully they do that. It looks like they're going to do that. I know the rumors are out there, but there's no quality pieces you can get for him. So it most likely would be a bad trade. And remember, they already had a chance to trade D'Lo last offseason and they didn't do it. They opted to keep him and they did the Gobert trade. Because remember, they could have traded D'Lo last offseason. You know, they could have did something. They could have came up with something and got him out of here and they didn't do it. They decided to keep him. So, and they already made a big trade, as y'all all know. So I don't see it. They might as well just keep him. Like, fuck it. I mean, I don't want to cuss on the sports edition, but like, screw it. Might as well just keep him. So that's my take on that. They play tonight against Denver. So that's going to be a good game. Denver's pretty good. So should be a fun game to watch. Hopefully they can get the dub. So yeah, that's my take on that, man. So yeah, I say keep D'Lo. But let me know what y'all think. Get in the comments. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. It's the Ice Guy signing out. Peace.